Hi guys, it's Picker10 and welcome to your 5th Roblox Lua tutorial. And in this tutorial and your last tutorial we covered loops. While we're supposed to cover all loops, but we only actually covered while loops and a bit of repeat loops. So go ahead and open your script and type repeat. Well, just first, do you know you should know how to make a repeat loop. So repeat, let's make it print high until, and make sure you put wait, because if we don't put a wait it will crash. Wait and repeat, it will print high until 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. Now that's going to print forever because 1 plus 1 always equals 2, so it's only going to stop when 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2, and it does, so it prints high forever. If we let's set a equals 2, that's going to print high until a doesn't equal 2. That's going to print forever because a is never going to change. Put a equals 2, and if put until a is the same as 2, then it's never going to run, as you can see. Well, it runs once, repeats, loops run once, and then stop. That's the difference between them and while loops. If we put repeat, print high, wait until a equals 2, then it will run everything once, then check. If you put while a equals 2, do print high, wait, and it wouldn't print high at all because it doesn't run any script. It just checks, and if it doesn't, it goes to the bit after the loop. This one runs it once, then checks. So that's the difference. Make sure you pay attention to that, because they can be useful later. So hopefully you know how to use a repeat loop now. If you don't, watch this tutorial again, or this part of the tutorial again, and the last tutorial, because they're pretty much the same as while loops. If we want, well, the next loop is for loops. So the syntax of for loop, we delete this a, for, and then put a number variable, I equals, let's set it to 1, and then the variable it's going to go up to, we'll explain all this later, I equals 1, 10, do, stuff, end. Right, what this is going to do, it's going to, oops, let's put a space so it goes blue. Make sure all letters in Lua are case sensitive. Everything is case sensitive, so except for comments, of course. If you put end with a capital letter, it doesn't mean anything. You can set end as a variable. You can set anything as a variable, unless it's a keyword. So do doesn't work, and for also doesn't work like that. So it has to be case sensitive. Whoops, has to be case sensitive. So what this loop does, it repeats this loop until I is the same as the second argument. So this argument is the same as that argument. So if we wrote for I equals 1, 10 do, it would repeat it 10 times. But what it also does is I is the same. I changes every time. So if we wanted to use this, if you press print I, if we printed what I is now, it would be 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and you go all the way up to 10, because that is 10, and then stop. So if I press play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because it repeats the loop 10 times. It repeats this loop 10 times because I goes up 1 every time, and I actually changes. It doesn't just not just a counter, it changes by 1 every time. We can change how much it goes up by. So if we can add another comma and put a third argument. So let's have 3. It will go up in 3s every time. So if we press play, 1, 4, 7, 10, it goes up in 3s. And you can also make it go down by any amount. So if we let's go down in 0.1, but this will go from 1 to 10 backwards. Let's see what happens. This probably won't work. I've never tried it before. It doesn't do anything because 1 is below 10. It's trying to reach 10 and it's already below it, so it doesn't run. So if we put for I equals 10 and it goes until it's 1, and it goes down by -1 every time, what do you think will happen? It goes down by 0.1 every time. You don't need a wait in for loops unless you've had a absolutely massive for loop, and that does something more complicated. You need an absolutely massive for loop, the one that goes for I, then 10 billion do. Hopefully you now understand for loops. I'm not sure what else is there to say about them. Let's just show another example. If we wanted to go, we can put weights in there. So if you wanted to say it's count down to the end of the world, for I equals 10, 1, and let's go down by 1 every time. Do print I. No, let's print the end of the world is in space, and as I showed you, I think it's the first tutorial I showed this, or second, it's the concatenation operator, 2 dots, and then after this it will display I. So it will say the end of the world is in, and then what I is equal to, and I changes every time by 1. So and then we put a wait 1 in between them. Actually, this is going to take ages, so let's just change it to 5. So I will start at 5 and go down to 1. So wait 5 times. Wait 5. Don't just wait 5. You want to wait 1. Press back here. Play. The end of the world is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then it will do the script afterwards. So if you wanted the entire, I don't know, something to disappear. There, let's make the base plate disappear after 5 seconds. So then workspace.base.transparency. I'm not sure if I already told you this, but you can put workspace without game.workspaces in your capital. You can't do this as anything else. We can't do this as anything else at all, unless you tag it or something. The only thing you can do it with is workspace, because Roblox have let you do that because they thought people needed it. I don't know why they actually did it. They can't do it with lighting or StarStudio, StarSpack or anything like that. You just have to. It's only with workspace. Workspace.base.transparency equals 1. So if we press play now, it goes. The end of the world is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it turns invisible. That's the basic. I don't know how more to explain for loops. If you didn't get it, or I'll speak into it quickly, just pause it at certain places and try and understand. Let's see how much time I've been. I've been 7 minutes. So hopefully you understand that. In the next tutorial, we'll be going into if statements, if else and else statements. But for now, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.